Hello again, everybody. Ramone Russell's back, so that can only mean one thing. More MLB The Show 18 updates. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Creative Player.
Brand new feature. One of the most
requested
features in video game baseball history.
Was it really? Why?
Batting stance creator.
Batting stance creator.
Yes. Batting stance creator.
Oh boy.
So you sent us some photos of your batting stance.
I did.
And I created it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So we're gonna dial it in real quick.
Well, I'll go ahead and show you guys these photos. They should be showing up on the screen right now.
Yep.
We had a front-facing shot, and then we had a side-facing shot. All right, so now you guys have seen those embarrassing photos of me.
It's not embarrassing. I wouldn't go that far.
So explain to us what's going on right here.
So right now we are doing hand offset. So we give you control of the X, the Y, and the Z axis.
Okay.
So X and Y right here, and then if you hold R2 and L, you have control of the Z axis. Like this feature is so cool. So your hands are like 50, right? Like here, and then
this is incredible. I'm in the game, guys.
This is like here.
Also, feel free to leave your comments in the comments below. Let me know what you think of my batting stance.
Is bam. Hand waggle is a 49. Your elbow 67.
Yeah, my elbow goes right up. It's pretty. It
goes straight in the air.
It's kind of not as like Griffey, right? Griffey and Gary Sheffield back in the day. That was like a 90-degree angle. Not that bad.
Your front elbow is real low. Hip.
Wow. Okay. So you can. All right. So you can control knees as well.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So everything from elbow, back elbow, front elbow, knees.
Everything. And what's cool is you're basically, you choose a batting stance and then you edit from the batting stance that you choose. So if you want a batting stance with a crazy bat wiggle, you need to start with a batting stance that has a lot of wiggle. If you want one with not as much, you obviously want to start one that doesn't have as much.
That doesn't have as much. Now, are there existing players that you can get as like a base?
Every single batting stance in the game you can choose and create.
Okay.
So here's your batting stance. It's a little off because of time.
It looks pretty good to me.
That's pretty much you.
That is where my back elbow is.
That's pretty much you. But again, we have hundreds of batting stances in the game. So let's go who we want to mess with. Who has something? Let's find somebody with like something funky.
Man, I was gonna say, back in the day, first baseman for the Red Sox had a wild one.
Kevin Youkilis.
Kevin Youkilis, that's it. He had a wild
his was crazy.
Batting stance.
I don't know if we have the rights to him anymore, so okay.
Oh yeah, he's not around no more.
That's fine. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. And again, X and Z axis. And then if we hold R2 and L, we can get a little crazy with it. There we go.
Oh my
Full
God.
extension.
Full extension.
And you see, we stop you from basically colliding with anything. That's why you see that calibrating. So you see it won't let me go down there? It's like, no, you're gonna collide with the helmet. So that's about as crazy as you can make it. And hand rotation.
So you can make wild stances, but not something that's so crazy it's going to break the player.
Yes, like you won't be able to do anything where the bat is going through the torso or through your face and stuff like that. And so you see, he has a pretty big waggle, so we can exaggerate that.
Weird.
Like we think people are going to be spending a lot of time in here, like a ton of time.
Oh my goodness.
And this is the back elbow, so this is bring the elbow right up there, front elbow.
So these are basically some of the extremes.
Yeah, I'm going pretty crazy.
Even if you go to these extremes, it will calibrate so you're not too crazy.
And then we see if we can bring in.
Oh my God, this stance. Oh, how is he even standing? He's gonna fall over.
Hey, the baseball players are athletic, man.
Oh my God.
He's athletic.
He's doing yoga.
Now that is the stance.
That is.
And then again, if we want to change it, we can easily change it.
That is the stance is right. Wow.
So what this feature allows you to do is let's say, you know, Trey Turner changes his stance in October.
Right.
You can just go in here and edit it yourself.
Yep.
And then we'll make edits ourselves. Like if we see the guys are changing the stance, we'll just make edits and then it'll be included in the roster update. For guys who like to create historical rosters and maybe of the hundreds of batting stances in the game, we don't have the ones you're looking for.
Right.
You just go in and create your own.
Just create your own. That's pretty cool.
So it's gonna be a feature we think, like, especially for the Road to the Show heads out there, they're really, really gonna come in here and spend a lot of time and just do, like, you can be here for hours.
And just experiment.
And just experiment.
I mean, it adds another level of realisticness. If I want to spend a ton of time putting myself into this game, I can put myself with my legitimate stance right in there.
It's Road to the Show is a true RPG, you know?
Yeah.
It's a true RPG. Oh, let's get that little back leg action. There we go. Back leg action. And what's also cool is if you choose a stance that has animations tied to it, like a guy has a certain bat flip, anything like that, you'll still inherit all of that information.
Okay.
So it's like, I want Aaron Judge doesn't bat flip. Anybody who does anything kind of crazy like Yasiel Puig or another player like that who shows a little bit more emotion, you'll still inherit all of his other animations.
Right. Now, have there been any other updates that you can talk about today for Create a Player other than kind of, obviously this was the primary update. Have there been any other updates you guys can kind of talk about or mention?
I mentioned, I'm trying to think if I can go in this menu and not spoil some stuff. So we've done a lot of work with the skin tones and the color density and depth in the hair. And that's something I'm just gonna go through. And if you pull up last year's game and do this, you'll definitely see that our skin tones have more depth, they have more colors. The granularity is definitely there that maybe wouldn't have been there last year.
Right.
That's our character team going back, especially on the darker skin tones. I would just think it looks a heck of a lot better, especially with the hair too.
Yeah, and I'm sure people are going to take this video and probably put up some comparisons.
Yes, they are.
This year and last year.
Yes, they are. And we got the hairstyle in the game that people have been asking for a while. Let's see if we can get it randomly, because I don't want to go in there.
I'm interested to see what people have been asking for.
Let's see if it'll happen.
All right, so we've cut ahead.
We cut ahead. We've done movie magic, TV magic.
Movie magic.
We got dreads in the game.
We have dreads.
A lot of people asked last year, especially on Twitter. We made it happen. Shout out to the character team. Not only do we have dreads, we have, I think, 4 or 5 other new hairstyles in the game, which we're not going to show you today, but we had to show you dreads. We do it for the people.
It looks good. We were just talking about Johnny Cueto. I mean, I know it's Create a Player, but I can see a little resemblance here.
And again, like the skin textures for Create a Player, all the stuff coming up to PS4 levels makes a huge difference. And that's all I'm going to show you.
Well, thank you, regardless, even though I'm sure there's a ton of other questions we have at this point. Thank you, Ramone, for coming in. Thank you for showing us Create a Player, kind of the updates. Yeah, can't believe it. We can do some wild,
do everything.
Wild motions.
Get crazy in it.
Again, thank you guys for watching. I'm sure we'll see more of Ramone in the future. So make sure you. Oh, that's coming. Hit the subscribe button for more, and we'll see you guys next time. See you later.